Hello, boys, girls, squirrels, and other. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different from my channel. I'm just going to show you a number of fights I had the other day, all recorded in the same day. And I'm just going to sort of talk over them about what I'm thinking, instead of the usual live thing. Now, this is the first one I had. Most of these are in chronological order as they happened. And this guy is not starting off too well. Now this guy gets a couple hits on me for free, basically, because a lot of times when I just get a massive chunk of damage at the start, I'll just sort of zone out. I'll forget that I'm basically in a fight. I'll just assume they're kind of helpless and not do anything for a second. Now this guy, I don't let this guy heal. He's a clown. I don't like clowns. This game gave me traumatic memories of clowns. We don't let clowns heal, because clowns don't have rights. If you're a clown, well, it sucks to be you. Now this dynamic duo, this miniature Ornstein and Smo, if you will, have been huddled up in this little hallway. I was going to say corridor, but I said horridor. They've been held up in this little rectangle walls like it was their mother's vagina for about 5 minutes now. Doing basically what they're doing right now. Right up until they hit me, which I decided was unforgivable. How dare you damage my armor and my beautiful face that you can't see. Now sadly, lances take up a metric fuckload and a half of stamina, so I had some trouble finishing this guy off for a second. It didn't help that I have a magnetic spine. Boop. Now, thing number 2 is done. I just need to focus on thing number 1. Now, the heal was very predictable. What was unpredictable was how stupidly easy it was to get that backstab, because he would just show us back like that. What was even more unpredictable is how the hell I did not get that guard breaker post. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. You know what we do to chuggers? We mock chuggers. No exceptions. Now this guy, he actually managed to beat a Ruined Sentinel by himself. So I had a certain measure of respect for him. I let him heal up, because I felt like he earned it. He took on an enemy that will absolutely butcher some people in this game, even though it's stupidly fucking easy once you figure him out. But just because I respect you as a player does not mean I will go easy on you. But I will give you a bow to be honorable. Switching over to the Dragonary, because invasions were getting a little low density. And this guy's trying to be a little sneaky little motherfucker. Now that spin to win, I have no idea how it didn't hit me. But, you know what? I don't care. Because guess what's about to happen? Sleazy motherfucker goes and hides on me, and he chugs. You're getting lance, boy. Going sicko mode. I think that attack is just terrible. Like, it's just a piece of crap attack, honestly. It's just broken because it's a DLC weapon. Maybe DLC got a little bit less treatment from the patches. Now we do them to chuggers. We mock them in one way or another. This one, we mock by healing in his face. His stupid, cold, dead face. Now, as I was trying to find this guy, turns out he found me. There's a spammy motherfucker too. Just a little bit though. I tried two-handing because I thought that might give me a little advantage over his boys. And once again, I just sort of black out, letting him get a few hits for freezies. Just because I'm trying to spam through his spam. But in the end, once again, the stabby wins. With a celebratory suicide at the end. Because we gotta do that. You always got a celebratory suicide if you're not mocking them. Because it's the law. It's the law of the land, and the land is Lordran. Or not, it's Dran Lake this time around. Now, here we have a axe-wielding maniac who kills the dragon guards. And chugs. Because he's a piece of shit. And you know what we do to chuggers? We mock them. And celebratory suicide. That's a 2-for-1 special. I tell you what. Now this guy, oh, he was my favorite. Out of all the people I invaded, he's my favorite. Because I invaded him probably about at least 4 times. Maybe more, I don't remember. You know why he's my favorite? Because he did that. We're gonna see him again later. But for right now, we're taking on someone with the electrified bastard sword that I made to sort of fit the Hyde Knight cosplay. And I know what you're thinking, but Saint Riot's doing his Hyde Knight cosplay right now on Twitch at twitch.tv/Saint_Riot. I think it's an underscore. No, maybe no underscore. Hey. And to that I say, I know, fuck you. Shut up. Back again with this guy. He's being a little extra rude today. And he's got an S-stock instead of a Moonlight straight sword. I assume that last weapon that he had was Moonlight straight sword. Trying to be clever. Hitting me from far away. I tell you what, you're getting sick of mode again. You're getting Lance Armstrong. My poke beats your poke. What do we do what do we do to the healers? We mock them. Back at it again with Mr. Havel disconnect up there. This time, trying to pick me up from far away. I ain't having it. And I think he realizes it's not working out. Now, I have no idea how he can just sort of casually walk away from that backstab, but we're gonna ignore it for now. And he's gone. In the blink of an eye. Fleeting is his connection, just as our lives are so fleeting. Especially this guy's life. Because I think every single time I invade this exact person, I don't take a single hit. I think just because he chose the Lost Sinner sword. And I think that weapon either gets much better or much worse if you have a lot of sin. And I don't think it was probably very good where he was at. Like back at it again with the disconnecting Havel. Takes 2 hits and he runs away. Now this guy, I knew this guy is dangerous because the Murokumo is no fucking joke in this game. I knew I had to roll out the big guns for Murokumo. Just because those R1s are so fast. And he just has combustion. Not even great combustion, just normal little bitch combustion. But I think that shield absorbs 100% electric damage. Lightning, whatever. I don't know why I mocked him, he wasn't a chugger. But I'm sure I had my reasons at the time. And look who we found once more. Mr. Disconnect. Getting backstabbed through a wall. Because he deserves it sometimes. But this time he's not fighting. He's choosing the tried and true Joestar survival method of hot-footing it away. I'll tell you what, we don't have that here. But we will celebrate his non-disconnecting as a sign of growth. Now here, we've all seen this. Dark Orb Spammer. Lion Mage and Necromancer. No, it's Hexer. Staff of Sunset Staff. Maybe even Staff of Wisdom sometimes. And a Chug or two, of all things. No, we do the Chuggers. We mock them. Now this, I just decided to include that because I thought it was funny. You just open the door and just get slapped in the ass to death. Now this guy was trying to be unoriginal. I said, no, I ain't having it. This is an invasion. We fight to the death. There's no mercy here. The only death is yours. Bye-bye. Now you can tell this is some of these people's first playthrough because of this stuff they have all around them. Basic ass weapons from early game like Great Sword, Archdrake clothes because you chose the Cleric Glass, Leather Shield because that's in the starting area. Now this guy was kind of weird. I invaded him before, but it wasn't really interesting. Now here, a bit more interesting because we weren't cramped up in the little bonfire room. And it's just sort of instant transmissioning around. It was on, like he was on ice skates with superpowers. Now I was expecting him to die any second on his own, but it looks like he finally cut up. You know what we do to Chuggers, no matter how laggy? We mock them. Hey, Mr. Hexer. Bring me a meme. Make it the dankest that I've ever seen. At this point, he knows he's dead. I know he's dead. We're just farting around for a little bit. Now, I've never invaded anyone who I could break their guard in one swing. Maybe it's because he was rolling around and casting hexes over and over. He ran out of stamina. But that's just silly to me. And there he tried to heal, but I killed him so fast I didn't realize at the time. So I wasn't able to mock him like I should have. And finally, our last fight here, we made our friend again, our disconnector. He tries to be a tough guy, but I think we both know that on the inside he's quivering. He's terrified, shaking in his boots because he knows what's about to come. But it looks like this time he's standing his ground. And he even gets a good hit. Luckily for him, tracking this game while you're locked on sucks buttholes. And I know how to play this game a little bit. Not a lot, but more than him apparently. Because once again, he realizes his mistake. And he runs the fuck away. Well, we will give him a bow to show that we recognize his growth as a player. Going from disconnecting after the first hit, to disconnecting after a few hits, to actually staying and fighting.